It amazes me how far people will go for free meals. Colin, I hope you made the most of this speech, because that's the last time. You know, talk for 5 minutes without getting interrupted from now on. Incidentally, I've heard some of you commenting on how calm, cool and relaxed Colin's looked today. He appears to have avoided the wedding day jitters. However, that's probably because now you've seen him at 9 o'clock this morning lying on his bed with his mum rubbing his back, trying to feed him another spoonful of Cocoa Pops. It's a great privilege to be asked by Colin to be his best man. He's very generously returned the favour I asked of him last year, during which he took the opportunity to poke a lot of cheap jokes at my expense, and I hope tonight I get the chance to give him a few back. Nobody else could stand here right where I am now and be more proud and honoured to be representing Colin today on the most important day of his life. He really is. He's my best friend. And what can I say about a man? He's come from humble beginnings. A man, he's now quickly rising to the top of his profession based solely on intelligence, grit, and the willpower to push on. Well, as a field. A man, he's beginning to distinguish himself at the very highest level amongst his peers, and where none can say a bad word about him. Enough about me, though. I'm here to talk about the first thing a best man's supposed to do in his speech is let everyone from the bride side of the family know what kind of man Colin is. So, he's handsome, he's witty. I can't read your writing there, mate. I understand that. When I sat down to write this speech, I started thinking about how long we'd known each other. And I think it's over 20 years, probably 21 years, something like that. And I couldn't help but thinking that surely it must be his round by now. As unaccustomed to public speaking as I am, I've been a little bit nervous before today. However, Colin's been brilliant. He took me to the side earlier on today to calm me down. He said if I do a really good job, take it easy on him, I could be the best man at his next wedding as well. Seriously though, and more importantly, I'd like to congratulate a happy couple, Colin and Leanne. Any of us here like myself today have been lucky enough to spend time in your company and know what a great couple they are, and they complement each other perfectly. When I first met Leanne, my impression was an attractive, charming, clever and thoughtful person. Then she ruined that facade by agreeing to marry Colin. Colin, I think he's a really lucky man today. Leanne's a wonderful girl, and she deserves a great husband. I thank God that Colin met her before she had a chance to find him. I was talking to Leanne's dad earlier, and he said to me, he says, as a young girl, she was never as happy as when she had a dummy with her. He said, some things never change. Look how happy she is today. I can honestly say, Leanne, Colin has managed to find one of the best girls possible. You'll leave here today having gained a wife who is thoughtful, loving and caring. And Leanne, you've got a beautiful dress and a lovely bouquet. In all seriousness, I'd like to say how beautiful Leanne looks today in that fabulous dress. And I think she deserves a round of applause because she looks really lovely. Having been told the official news that I was to be Colin's best man, I went out and bought a book. I actually bought about 3 in Waterstones. And the one I decided to be my Bible for the event was called The Duties of the Best Man. Unfortunately, after just a few pages, I wasn't too sure I made the right choice after reading the following, and I quote, at the reception, the best man should help keep things running smoothly by offering a rounded drink and introducing people. So according to this, I should be buying you a drink, but €4 a pint, you know, I gave up on that idea. I didn't pick up again until last night, and I only started thinking through a couple of pages. It was basically a list of do and don'ts for the speech, which narrowed down my options a little bit. The first one was don't mention ex-girlfriends, so that's no business. Don't swear, waste of time. Don't tell rude jokes. Oops, sorry. Don't tell lies. I had a couple of them. That's another one. And do tell mostly positive stories about the groom. That's really ridiculous. Now, of course, there is a couple of embarrassing stories I can tell about Colin's stag do, but I won't. mainly because of the hefty bribe Colin promised me before I prepared this speech. Yeah, didn't know I was coming on the honeymoon, did you? Seriously though, let's talk about Colin. I thought it was unfair to use just my views, so I decided it was a good idea to ask around to his closest friends and family. There were two common opinions about Colin. The first was how intelligent and smart he is. I was a bit surprised by this, and I'll tell you why. One night, Colin and I went to London to watch a concert. Colin drove us down to Barnet, and from there we caught the tube into Camden. Colin was a little bit worried about leaving his pride and joy in a dark train station car park. In London, sorry. And I was careful to make sure that his steering lock was securely fitted. I was more worried that his 15-year-old Rover Metro wouldn't start when we got back to him. Anyway, we went off into London to watch the Verve, and after dodging the beggars and muggers on the way back, we finally made it back to Barnet train station. Unsurprisingly, the Metro was still in the car park. The steering lock had done his job. We got in, ready to head home, when all of a sudden it dawned on Colin he'd left the key for the steering lock in his bedroom. So there we were, stuck in Barnet at 1 o'clock in the morning in a Rover Metro that can only turn left.
I didn't know about that.
Luckily a couple of workmen turned up and we managed to get a pair of bolt cutters, didn't we? Another example of Colin's intelligence is the time he dressed up as a lamb for Leanne's 30th birthday. Paper suit, glued on cotton wool, he looked at business. Then he started playing with a lighter. We all know how it ended up, don't we? And that reminds me.
Oh no, not the hat.
Just in case. The second common opinion, and how shall I put this, he's very careful with his money. I just don't happen to have a couple of little tales of how careful he really is. When he was younger, he used to save his money in a jar in his bedroom. And every now and then Martin and Ray would go in and take some money out of it. But fair play to Colin, you could tell by just the weight of it how much was missing. When Colin was at university, he put his shrewdness to good use. My favourite story, and this comes from Nick, was when he used to go food shopping. Colin would carry a kitchen knife with him and systematically cut off any excess stalk or greenery from vegetables before they were weighed at the checkout. I think he saved about 85 pence a week. But it's nice to see he put that money to good, some of them savings to good use with a free bar today. No, I'm joking. Before I finish, I'd like to give Colin some advice on what I think are the ingredients to a long and happy marriage. Set the ground rules and establish who's boss, and do everything Leanne says. To help the course of true love run smoothly, never forget those 3 very important words you must say every day. You're right, dear. Someone once said that a marriage is a 50-50 partnership. Anyone who believes that clearly knows nothing about women or fractions. Whenever you're wrong, be a man and admit it. And wherever you're right, just say nothing. Also, it's very important to get on with your mother-in-law. I haven't spoken to mine in 2 years. It's not because I don't like her, I just don't like to interrupt. Now, coming towards the end of my speech, it's customary for the best man to offer the happy couple some words of wisdom. Here we go. Never lie, steal, cheat or drink. But if you must lie, lie in the arms of the one you love. If you must steal, steal away from bad company. And if you must cheat, cheat death. And if you must drink, drink in the moments that take your breath away. Now, finally a toast. I would suggest drinking 3 fingers worth of alcohol to get the party started. However, on the stag do, this proved difficult for Colin. Instead of drinking 3 fingers worth of alcohol, he put his 3 fingers in his beer and sucked them. Sorry, it's too late now. So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to invite you all to be upstanding and raise your glasses in a toast. To Colin and Leanne, I wish them well for the future and may they enjoy a long and happy marriage together. I give you the new Mr. and Mrs. Cooper.
Mr. and Mrs. Cooper. Yeah, well done, Jane. Excellent. Well done, mate. Oh, dear.